Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. And here's Son Heung-min, and the shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Haaland might just make this. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, someone I really like the look of, Peter, would be Thomas Partey. I mean, we all know what a great ball winner he is, but I see him as quite a good ball carrier too, and distributor. I think with him, you get all the traits of an all-round midfielder. He gives you the lot.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Fabian Ruiz. Llorente. Well, played right into his path. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
That's a lovely, neat... Decent hit! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Hakimi. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Mbappe. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Lovely bit of skill. Hakimi got a long way forward to join the attack. And here's Mbappe. Nuno Mendes. Fabian Ruiz. Barcelona finding their passes. Haaland. Llorente defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Van der Ven calmly anticipates. No goals as yet. Now it's Mbappe. Nuno Mendes. Bellingham. Another pass. Can he finish? Plenty to enjoy about the build-up there, not so much the finish.
Mbappe had the chance of finishing off a fabulous move. At least we saw some terrific high-tempo approach play.
Bellingham turns and goes back. There's the shot!
That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
Son Heung-min, brilliantly cut out. Oh, nicely intercepted. Kubo. 30 minutes gone. Good running, strong and purposeful. Now it's Kostic. And it's Hullet. Can he put it away? Bellingham. Now Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz. Nuno Mendes. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Kostic. It's still 0-0, but no shortage of effort. Van der Ven gets over and intercepts. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Kostic. He's found the way through. Well read, and the danger is averted. He's had a hit! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Half-time getting close now.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Oh, what a ball! He hits one! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. That's a little off target. Gently done. Gullit. Oh, he's onto it. Chance! Goal! Sporting! The breakthrough strike!
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks.
Oh, he's been caught napping. He's shifting through the gears here. Fabian Ruiz. And the half-time whistle goes. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Yes, they're behind, but it's a reversible situation. As long as better defensive focus can avoid a second goal on the counter, they know they have the wherewithal to come up with what they need.
Sporting come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. Here we go again.
Sporting really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Fabian Ruiz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Kostic. Now Son Heung-min. Oh no, this does not look good. Can he get it through? Haaland. And here's Mbappe. Oh, super ball. Fabian Ruiz! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Fabian Ruiz with the short one. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Now it's Kostic. That's a smashing touch to get him away. Cross from Kostic. He's got tall. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Kostic. And it's played forward. And they're quick to get it back. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
No way through there. Fabian Ruiz. Passing nice and neat. Mbappe touches it back. Hakimi.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Nuno Mendes.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hakimi. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. Sporting leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. Llorente for Kostic. That looks a cracking ball. Shot could be a shot at goal! Really well taken goal. A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Kubo. Shapes to shoot! Goal! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Substituição para o Sporting. Número 18. Sai e vai entrar para o seu lugar com o número 25. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Looking for the run. Isak. Looking tidy in possession here.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Oh, he's found support out wide. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Muscular approach does pay off here. Pedri. Llorente. That is a great pick out. He's got away.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Could be danger here. Goalkeeper's ball. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Bruno Fernandes. And Hakimi. Pedri. Now it's Solot.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Son Heung-min. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Goes down, but nothing given. Driving on and making good progress. That's the throw. Out again for a throw-in. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick. Oh, what a ball! And that will be the final act. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Sporting definitely came out on top simply because they were allowed to march through the middle. Something they jumped onto nice and early and continuously exploited.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. Bellingham. Oh, good-looking ball. And the counter is on. Now it's Maciej Cunha. Kostic. Kostic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Fabian Ruiz. Oh, it's come loose. Hakimi. Hakimi, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Mbappe. Kubo. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Julian Alvarez, Peter, is a player who I think is very intelligent with his movement. Often he plays...
Tries a shot! Goal! Sporting! And Sporting score first!
Sporting clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
So, a breakthrough already. Kubo. Kostic. And that's really well manoeuvred. And that could set him on his way. Great ball, and he's in. Now the finish! Sticks it away! And they're at it again in double quick time. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Sporting are doing very nicely, thank you.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
The pass has gone astray. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Sporting have scored 2 quick goals here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Romero. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's quick to snatch it back. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Bellingham. Nuno Mendes. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's in! Backward it goes.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That'll be a throw. Driving on and making good progress. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Rodri. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Mbappe. Oh, super ball. And he's gone backward here. Fabian Ruiz puts his foot on the gas. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. That's been cut out, well played. The message is clear, none shall pass. Van der Ven gets across to intercept that. Bellingham. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Mbappe ploughing through the middle. Oh, it's come loose.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
That has been knocked clear. Matheus Cunha. And here's Mbappe. Played back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
It's a good spell of possession, this. And here's Mbappe. Well read. And the danger is averted. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
A real chance if he can get through. There's the whistle for half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Sporting just didn't want the half-time whistle to be blown. Convincing and controlled.
Sporting go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. That gets things going for the second half. Oh, he's burst through. Can he finish? Oh, that wasn't far away. Wan-Bissaka, delicate ball, and it needs to be. That is lovely. Oh, that's a fine interception.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Bellingham. Now it's Bellingham. Oh, what has happened here? Kubo. Chance! They've done it! The second half off to a spectacular start. Haaland duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
Scoring early in this half just takes the pressure off now and allows them a chance to be a bit more patient in trying to level things.
Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away.
Este jogo teve uma assistência de 72.306 espectadores.
They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Rodri. Bellingham. Gets his pass away.
Barcelona are definitely going about this the right way.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Shot a goal!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Llorente. And he was alert to it. Partey has a look and plays it forward. Fabian Ruiz. Chance here to counter. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Sporting surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now it's Haaland. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Substituição para o Sporting. Número 9. Número 18. Número 4.
Van de Ven.
Vão dar os seus lugares a...
Well, that is one way to stop him.
Número 25.
Solot.
Número 3. Vamos dar lugar
And
a
here's
substituição.
Isaac! It's in! There seemed no way back, but they are level. That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
You know, what was notable in that, Peter, was the fact that he didn't try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Barcelona surely know by now that they've put so much work into producing the equaliser that they'll battle on for a winner. You know, it's all one-way traffic for them now, and they simply have to capitalise on it.
Rodri. Pedri.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Confirmation that there will be 2-minute stoppage time. Nuno Mendes. Alvarez. That's a nicely measured pass. That's that, the end. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Bullet voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even, and
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. The action has already started. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Sporting clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He's through here. Kostic tries a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This guy, Llorente, is...
There's the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Wan-Bissaka. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. That is good alertness. Battling for the right to play in the early stages. Kubo. Mbappe. Pass is just off target. Kostic. That's a nicely measured pass. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
And here's Bellingham. Kostic. And here's Bellingham. Now it's Wood. Bellingham.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Fabian Ruiz. Haaland. And he's straight offside. Kostic. Oh, that's a key interception. Bellingham. Nuno Mendes. And here's Bellingham. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And he's cut it out. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Barcelona upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Approaching the half-hour mark. And here's Mbappe. Passing is crisp and sharp. Goalkeeper's ball.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Hakimi calmly anticipates. Fabian Ruiz. Hakimi. And here's Haaland. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, well played. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now it's Kostic. Oh, good-looking ball. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Played back in. Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Son Heung-min.
Oh, really well played.
And he's managed to get free. Kostic. Kostic with the... It's a mighty effort! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Half-time getting close now. Bellingham. Now Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Haaland. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Oh, important interception. And there's the end of the first half. But it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Sporting head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. And we are back underway. Could be danger here. That's a bad place to challenge. What's he giving? The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Van der Ven did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Kostic is eyeing up his options in the middle. Kubo. Mbappe. Kubo. And it's Son Heung-min. Bellingham. Rodri. Romero kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Llorente. Byrne. Bellingham. Llorente powering forward here. Kubo. Now it's Bellingham. And the shot! No mistake! There is the breakthrough! How very smart. He just got it right.
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth a treat.
He's shifting through the gears here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Up he goes! Hits it again, but still no joy.
Sporting are literally using their heads with some very good service, but it's time for someone to add authority.
In for a header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Wood being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous. Mbappe! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Van der Ven gets over and intercepts. Haaland. Good spot, he's seen the run. And it's Son Heung-min.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Van der Ven gets a foot in here. Well, he knows very well that he is already walking a tightrope.
substituição para o Sporting.
Son Heung-min looking to play it into the
Número
box.
6.
There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area.
Número 25. Número 27. Vamos dar lugar a uma substituição.
Wan-Bissaka. Lovely bit of skill. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
That'll be a throw-in. Nuno Mendes. Great ball if he can get there. He has found the way through. Oh, he's been caught napping. In with a header! And again! And he hits the net! And with that goal comes comfort! That's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Pedri. Mbappe! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
Looking for the run. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Now that looks a decent ball. And he's had a hit! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, that's a real shame, because it could have led to a real momentum shift.
Back into the middle. Rodri. Pedri. Barcelona finding their passes. And he was quick to react.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Oh, great chance! It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Partey. Time added on 4 minutes. Isak. Branthwaite cuts it out. Llorente.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Partey. And that will be it. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Sporting desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Such scenes here. A sea of team colours, songs ringing down. Chance! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Wood. He's having a go! Oh, that is beyond special! A worldie and a half! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. This might spell danger. No way through, so back it comes. Now, what about a counter-attack? Kostic. And that's a good ball. Well, they've got it again. He's going for goal! That's a half-decent try.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Llorente is there, and he can pick it up. And that's put paid to a promising move. Gets a good foot in there. Bellingham. Now it's Haaland. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And that has been clubbed away. Now it's Wood. And here's Haaland. Nicely. He's had a shot! Missed by a fraction. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Haaland. Can he latch on to this? Now it's Haaland. Partey. Alvarez. Kostic is wide and looking to get onto this. Alvarez! It's a loose ball.
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Haaland chasing after it. Partey. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Haaland is onto it in a flash. Bellingham. Mbappe. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Up he goes! And yes, it's there! Barcelona are back in business. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh,
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Lovely bit of skill. Kubo. Kubo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And now the breakaway. And here's Haaland. Cleared away. Nuno Mendes. Mbappe. And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager.
Haaland! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
No, that's been intercepted. Konate, forwards and with intent. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Mbappe. That's a super give and go. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Nuno Mendes. Nice. Decent hit! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
And here's Alvarez. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the two sides have made this a pretty decent game so far. Both have contributed on the score sheet. There is a balance wherever you look. So there was the first half.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Sporting really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Llorente, driving on and making good progress. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Haaland. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Bellingham! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Pedri. Barcelona can try it again now. It's their second corner of the game. Llorente gets good distance on it. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's been cut out, well played. Rodri. Haaland. Can he finish? Barcelona have their third corner. Great hit! This time surely! He has done it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Mbappe duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Barcelona go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Kostic. Kubo. Great pressure, plenty of it. trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Sporting clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Pedri. Now it's Mbappe. Now Mbappe. Yes! And they are cruising away.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
Barcelona grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Great ball if he can get there. Haaland. Kostic. Kubo. Strokes it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
The pressing's intense, and it's played. Mbappe! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And here's Haaland. And here's Mbappe. Brilliantly cut out. Partey has a look and plays it forward. Pedri. Rodri. And here's Mbappe. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mendes, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Haaland. Now this could be a chance. That is lovely. And he's had it nicked away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bellingham. Pedri. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And he's cut it out. That is good alertness. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Llorente. He's a sharp little ball here. Hakimi. Now it's Haaland. Bellingham. And that's that. Sporting played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Sporting desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed.